What's good, everybody? I'm BPC, and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Well, Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira has made three interesting choices over the past couple of months, and I'm wondering if they are going to pay off. As we all know, the lightweight contender is trying to get to the title, or at least put himself into title contention, and I'm wondering if his game plan, is following through on what he would like to see come to fruition. Well, the first choice he made was playing a little game of Russian roulette. See, he's riding on a 7-fight win streak, and he ended up taking a late notice fight against Tony "El Cucuy" Ferguson. Now, Tony Ferguson was coming off of a 5-round TKO loss against Justin Gaethje. So I think this was the perfect time to face off against Tony Ferguson, when his confidence might be a little bit lower than what it necessarily was, where he's contemplating and thinking if he still has it. We don't know what his mindset was going into that fight, but like I said, this is probably the best time to face off against Tony Ferguson, not when he's, winning this fight, winning that fight, doing a 12-fight win streak. His confidence is at an all-time high, so he made the perfect decision by taking on that short notice fight, and he absolutely surprised everybody. He had a very dominant fight. It was 3 rounds to 0, and basically he got this decision victory, boosting his win streak up to 8 fights. Now, the second decision that he made was, Dana White had stated that he had offered Charles Oliveira the opportunity to come in on late notice and fight Michael Chandler as the co-main event at UFC 257, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Well, he turned it down, and he told Dana White that he just wouldn't be able to make weight in time. Now, I understand that with the holiday season just passing, with Christmas and New Year's, and I'm sure he was just eating up a whole bunch of food. But in all honesty, I think he didn't want to risk his position. He's already put himself into the number 3 ranked position by beating Tony Ferguson, and now he had the opportunity to face off against Michael Chandler, who was an unranked fighter but could still be dangerous. So why would he want to put himself in that situation? Now, on the other side, though, had he taken that fight and beaten Chandler, he would have no competition. See, Justin Gaethje is coming off of a loss to Khabib, Tony Ferguson is coming off a loss to him, and then Conor McGregor would have came off a loss to Dustin Poirier, so it basically would have lined him up with Dustin Poirier to fight for the championship belt. But, I guess at the end of the day, he just wanted to stay home, watch the pay-per-view, and watch more Competitive Origins videos. Just go through all the different videos that we've uploaded. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscription button, click the notification bell, and go through every single video, watch them in full, and hit the like button. Now, the third option, or I should say the third choice that he made was, AG Fight had reported that at UFC 258, he had the opportunity, that's coming up actually, he has the opportunity to face off against Michael Chandler, but it was going to be a non-title fight. Now, the reason why I think the UFC offered him a fight against Michael Chandler, with the title not being on the line, is possibly to appease Dustin. See, Dustin has no interest in facing off against Michael Chandler because, all he did was just beat somebody that he had beaten. So why would he face him, right? So maybe if Michael Chandler were to score the victory over Charles Oliveira, he would then, be more appealing to Dustin. At the same time, Charles Oliveira does have that victory over Tony Ferguson, but, as far as the top contenders, he doesn't have a lot of victories over the top contenders. So, with Michael Chandler being shot up through the rankings, if, Oliveira were to get that victory over Michael Chandler, maybe that would make, Oliveira more appealing to Dustin. So I think that's why they're trying to set up this fight. At the same time, I think they're also trying to give Khabib more time to decide whether or not he wants to come back. Now, say in that fight, Oliveira or Chandler really impresses Khabib, maybe he'll come back. But at the current moment, he's just sitting on the sideline. He says he's retired, but the UFC has yet to strip him. And like we all know, Dustin has already stated he would like to fight Conor again or Nate Diaz. He's not really interested in Oliveira or Michael Chandler at the moment. He said, let these two fight it out. So I just kind of think that's where it's going. Well, it turns out that Oliveira rejected the fight. His coach, Diego Lima, basically said it's a short notice fight. There's a big stakes involved, and that's why he had to decline the fight. He goes, at the end of the day, it's 11 days notice. He still has to cut weight, and, you're going to lose about 2 days due to the whole visa process. Now, after hearing that, that makes it seem even more clearly, why would you put yourself in that situation to possibly lose out on getting opportunity for the title. I get it. You have to take chances, but he's already done, a late notice fight here, and, is he going to take another one? We got to play it safe. Like I said, that could be Russian roulette. If you're just taking whatever they give you, you're going to end up getting the L, and then you're not going to get to where you need to be. Look at Tony Ferguson. He's won 12 fights in a row, and he took a fight against Justin Gaethje on shorter notice, and basically he got the L, and now he's nowhere in the title picture. So what I thought was pretty interesting, though, was that Michael Chandler actually had stated that he accepted a fight to fight at UFC 258, but, the individual turned it down. Now, he didn't say it, but now it's quite clear that that was Charles Oliveira who turned down the fight. Now, why I find this is interesting is because Michael Chandler had just fought at UFC 257, which wasn't that long ago. And if you recall, Michael Chandler was the backup for Khabib Nurmagomedov and Justin Gaethje. And he cut down or whatever, made weight, but he didn't end up fighting because nobody pulled out of the fight. And then, you have Tony Ferguson who asked, let's fight, let's go ahead and do this. You had other fighters that asked him, let's fight, like RDA, and Michael Chandler didn't want anything to do with that, and then Dana kind of had his back and said, you know what, he had already cut weight. It's too soon for him to be cutting weight. But then now he's going to cut weight in less than a month. It doesn't quite make sense to me, guys, at all. But like I said, it's just, these guys playing the cards, trying to get the best position. Oliveira doesn't want to risk his title shot, Apparently, Michael Chandler, wanted to get to the title as quick as possible, and he probably felt that Tony Ferguson wasn't the individual to go through, or RDA either. So, it is what it is. Until then, we're just going to have to sit by and wait to see what happens in the lightweight championship picture. Go to the comment section and let me know what you think about this. Do you think Charles Oliveira has been making the right decision by picking and choosing his fights, or do you think he should just man up and take on the fights? Let me know what you guys think below. Go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code MMA71 so you can get this, or actually so you can get 10% off this Competitive Origins Just an Obstacle t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I'm BPC, and remember, you've been competing since conception. Whether you're competing against yourself or others, Competitive Origins.